Welcome to the 100 Master Coaches series featuring master coaches from around the world. Let's journey together on this 100 Master Coaches series with your host, Coach Mel, MCC. Christine Kranz has been a top executive coach for more than 30 years. She is a pioneer in the coaching sector and the founder of Symbolon AG since 1996. She developed the Symbolon-Method and Symbolon-Profile, which are based on artworks, symbols, and archetypes. Christine has been the President of ICF Germany, and recently launched the first AI chatbot self-coaching tool using art. Her greatest passion is unleashing human, team, and organizational potential through coaching with art and AI. Now on to the show.
Hello, and welcome to the 100 Master Coaches Show. This is Coach Mel, and today on the show, my special guest all the way from Liechtenstein. She's none other than Christine Kranz. Can you give her a big round of applause?
Thank you very much, Mel, for your invitation. I'm very happy to be part of your show, and I'm looking forward to speak with you.
It is my pleasure to host you. And one of the things that we did was we caught up probably about a month ago, and you showed me this beautiful view from this particular room. I remember, right? We don't have to show it now, but I remember the snow everywhere, and you said that you went out to ski, like in between coaching. So I'm like, I want to be like Christine one day.
Yes, you're right. This is a big gift. So Liechtenstein is in the middle of the mountains in the Alps in Europe.
Wow.
And I appreciate it very much to be here.
Yes.
And yeah, it's like going for a walk. I put my ski on and run to the mountains, and yeah, it's beautiful to up and down and this view. And mostly here we have really sunny time, and I like it very much. And it gives me a lot of energy for my
Yes, that is so important, right? And you know what? This thought also gives me energy that one day maybe I will be there. All righty. So let's start with just getting to know who Christine is. Why don't you tell us about you?
Yeah, I'm now in my life, I'm a coach, and I like it very much. So it is my passion.
Yeah.
So to speak with people and to have these open and honest conversations with them. And this is my biggest learning. So I did not learn so much in the school. I learned from life and from people, and yeah, it's really colorful, the life of everyone. And yeah, that's my actual, what I'm doing. And yeah, so I live also in Vienna. So this is also very important for me. I like so much art, culture, music, and visit museums, and these two worlds, Vienna, the city of art, and this place here is very nice. So I like this combination. Yeah.
You are certainly blessed, having to live in such beautiful surroundings. And I'm sure it's also because you're connecting with the beauty of what it brings to yourself, but also you extend that to the people you work with.
That's nice how you say it, the beauty of life. And also I think every people has a really beautiful side inside and unique. And coaching is for me to develop it, to let it grow and shine. And the art, culture and art is also the beauty of life. So how we cultivate our life, and also what we can hear and see and smell and all those things. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm curious to know the life before coaching, Christine. How was that like?
Yeah, so it's long away. So I'm a coach for more than 30 years
Oh,
now.
wow.
Yeah, so I came to coaching very nature. It was a part of my nature.
Yeah.
So I made a lot of educations in different areas,
Mm.
and I was starting with speaking with people and give them some sessions. And
Yep.
it was before coaching went to Europe. It started uh, much later.
Mm.
So
Mm.
for me, it was like I developed myself. I worked a lot with myself in
Yeah.
psychology and breathing therapy and all those things. And I made the experiences that the inner world of my personality is so rich. And when I'm enough curious and also I develop myself and I'm honest to myself, I
Yes.
can be really a different person. Yes. And this
Mm.
I started to do with people. I help them to figure out where you
Mm.
are, what is your inner mission and vision. And yeah, this is when I started 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I noticed that you mentioned psychology. I also seen in your profile that you've been in the Carl Jung Institute. Would you like to share anything about that background of yours?
Yes. So Carl Gustav Jung was more or less a psychologist son
Yeah.
of Freud.
Yeah.
And those developed this method of dream analysis, and they
Mm.
work with archetypes and symbols.
Yeah.
That means when people dream in the night and they recognize the dream and reflect on this dream, they get a lot of information about the inner world. So the dream is speaking to them from the
Mm.
unconscious to the conscious. But the message is not given with words, it's given with symbols and
Yeah.
signs.
Mm.
And I was very fascinated about this psychology and started these studies in Switzerland, in Zurich.
Mm.
And for me, also Jung is a psychologist who developed very much this inner, you are where you are and your challenges are for learning.
Yeah.
And you are not sick in one way of psychology. So it's more a learning and to understand what happens to you.
Yeah.
And I think this is also very close to our coaching core competences,
Mm.
also to we are how we are and how can we learn about it.
Mm.
And the challenges are chances to learn. And in this psychology from young, I learned very much the language of symbols. And we had also a teacher who showed us mythology stories with paintings, with art. And in this seminar, I understand, okay, to give some information, not only with words, to show these paintings is very, very strong.
Yeah.
And in my childhood, my mother, she went with me in museums and theater and concerts. So I was very connected with art.
Yeah.
And this teacher gave me a space of learning with these art masterpieces. It was
Mm.
really amazing. And
Mhm.
there I born the idea to bring art into coaching.
Yeah.
That means that the coachee don't has to dream something.
Mm.
He or she get a masterpiece of art, connect with it, choose and associate the own story with this art piece.
Mm.
And it's very fascinating. So I started this journey at 1999. And in 2000, I went to the market with this Symbolon method.
Wow, thank you for that. I am also quite driven by visuals. Perhaps
Mhm.
I don't use the word symbols, I use visual cues, things that are physical. It could be natural things like nature. And of course, it could be abstract things as well. And I've also created like coaching cards, for example, with pictures and questions and all of that. So I do see the power of these visual methodologies, right? That able to tell much more of a deeper story about ourselves that we may be either putting aside or not focusing on, but it is all there in the underworks of everyone's life. And I would love to know, Christine, perhaps maybe one or two stories if you can share of some of the people that you have worked with and how they have gotten their aha or their breakthrough from using symbols.
Yeah, you mentioned something very important. So to come back to the basic things, to the nature of human beings. So
Yes.
we forget sometimes that life is very simple. We are here and all our wisdom is in our unconscious level or conscious level. When we work with very simple things, we come back to the core, to the center of things. So it's
nice.
important to slow down and to come to the nature of human being, the own nature. And like you mentioned, you use some tools from the nature also to come back to the nature. And I spent last year 5 days in the Amazonas in Brazil.
Oh, wow.
And it was amazing. When you see all this forest and these big old trees and everything, you feel so small and also part of this nature. To breathe in and out and relax in this beautiful, strong nature. This is the best we can do for our psyche and for our body and for all our thoughts and feelings. So, So this is, for me, to be in the nature is really come back to myself, to my nature. Yes, and when I work with pictures, so maybe I can show you one.
Yeah.
This is the Symbolon personality profile, and there are a lot of pictures. So people has to choose. And for example, here you can see more than 60 animals. Orpheus is playing the music, and the animals are very peaceful. And the advice is here: think about your work situation. And choose an animal you are now, one you don't like to be, and the next, the animal you would like to be.
Yeah.
And you see, we have a process. I'm here with this animal.
Yes.
I don't like this. So this is a kind of shadow. So also potential. And I like to develop to this direction. And I had a client. He was the lion. I am the lion, so I'm really strong, powerful. And important is that we ask our coachee why you are this lion and what are your fantasy, your association, and how does this lion work with your challenge and your coaching topic and goal. And he was very impressed also about, yes, I have a lot of power also in the company. So this was a really company. And he recognized, yes, and he liked it to have this power. But he said, I don't like to be this cow. And then she's lazy and she has no power. She's connected with the other cows and has no decisions. And I reflected with him and he started to understand, okay, this is also to be part of a crowd and have other in the teams and let it go and also serve like a cow is very special. But it was like, I have to think about this cow, but I don't like it. And when I am this cow, I will not be in this powerful position in the company. They will put me out. So he was also a little bit afraid about this cow. And he decided he would like to be this elephant here, this white elephant. And there is also, he liked this quietness, also this space of light and the room, and also the sensitive part of this elephant. But you can imagine, to develop from the lion to the elephant needs something. Yeah. And the cow is the key.
Wow.
To slow down.
Yes, yes. That makes a lot of sense, actually.
Yeah, and he take this with him. And the next coaching he came and he said, it makes me so different of thinking and feeling. Many times this cow comes to my consciousness and I start to react a little bit different. I give this cow some space and it feels so comfortable. So now he's allowed this cow to live in himself. And all three animals, they work together. And it starts to an integration process who helps a lot also for being more comfortable with himself. So that he feel, oh, this cow is a good feeling to feel this. And this is beyond words, you know, so I can explain it now, but when you feel it, a process like this is really beautiful. And the eye starts to shine and yeah.
This is just amazing because it also reminds me about the reason for different tools, right? There are also different psychometric tools, questionnaires, assessments, where it asks questions about you and it comes out. And then there is this where you are exploring, right? You are challenging yourself. You are asking those questions about yourself, whether you want to shift a little bit based on what you're observing on that physicality, you know, and I think that is also very key for coaching. So well done. I remember you telling me that this is the book that has been launched.
Yeah, 2000. So this year we have to celebrate 25 years.
Wow. It doesn't look 25 years old, by the way, just letting you know.
Yeah, those are really archetypes and basic things. And we connected everything. So we have also a booklet who describes the symbolism behind it. Yeah. So the coachee get also this. Yes. And this concept is very unique. So worldwide, that it's connected with one-to-one coaching, team coaching and everything. And for me, it was really a big gift to work with this because my clients, they see, oh, this is different.
Yes.
And I can't discuss with her or Symbolon coaches. We can't discuss only with arguments. They leave, they go in the other direction of their personality. And so my clients are really special because they are conscious about, okay, it's about my personal inner level. And I have to be responsible for this and develop myself in a different way. And yes, I like it very much. And this cows or this elephant, this is so strong. Like we said before, this is nature. So we have these personality parts in ourselves. And when we develop it, we get much more ourselves and be unique. Yes, they're never the same lion twice. All people are different. Yeah.
That's right. And I'm thinking about you, Christine, and how you also shifted from the work that you were doing before related to psychology, going into coaching then. And you were saying that was before the time where ICF existed, for at least in your place where you were. how did that happen where ICF came into the picture for you? I'm just trying to understand that.
So I started around 2000 to meet people in Switzerland, in Zurich.
Yeah.
And there was someone from Great Britain and he knew ICF. So we started to meet each other and we had meeting with HR people and coaches and from different areas. So we were in meetings and had, it was very special to meet them once a month. And 2003, the ICF chapter Switzerland started. And then I was a member in Switzerland. And for me, it was very important that the ICF is international, so a worldwide community. And I appreciate this very much. And yes, and now I'm also member in Austria. So I was in Germany, President 2019. And I enjoy very much these international connections and also this really drive to quality, core competency, ethic, rules, and all this. And for me, this is a very important part of ICF.
Yeah. You know, someone said that the reason, I mean, there's so many reasons of why people join the ICF. Some say it's because of opportunities to meet other people, of course. Some say it's a chance to grow their network and also collaborate with other people. Some also go there for development, you know, as we continuously sharpen our swords, right? And I like to say that it is family. So whenever I travel around the world, I often look for ICFs in the world that I'm going to and hopefully make the trip coincide with one of their meetings. So I get to meet other family members, if you know what I mean, you know?
Yeah.
So that's my version of it, right? But, you know, you've been, as you say, the ICF since it started in Switzerland and then Austria and, of course, in Germany, where you were president. What do you think were your reasons for being as part of the ICF and, of course, serving in the ICF?
You mentioned this family and this worldwide. So last year when I was in Brazil, I was also in São Paulo and chapter of Brazil organized a meeting.
Nice.
And we went to the museum and made an art for reflection coaching process in the museum with the group. So you see, this is really beautiful. And I was it was exciting to work with those people from Brazil. Yeah. And I never thought really, should I be part of ICF or not? For me, it was like, yes, I am part of. So I started. And when someone asked me if I would like to be president of ICF Germany, I was very surprised because I did not think about this. But it was then also a feeling of giving back something and do something for the coach community. And also as president, I was very connected with also the board from ICF and EMEA. And I liked it so much to work with them. And it was challenging also because it was a lot of work. The Germany chapter is very big. They have over 10 city chapters. So this is so big. And I was really, after 2 years working in this board, I was really, oh God, my gosh, to run my own company, do all the coachings and be president, it was really challenging. And also at this time, Corona came. So it was a lot of crisis management and
it must have been tough at that time. But you know, thank you for serving and thank you for being an active part, as you mentioned, right? It's important to give back, right? To be a blessing to your own family, right? And I can't wait for you to visit Australia, where we can visit museum together too.
Oh yeah, yes, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Very nice. So, is it correct to say that in 2019 you received your MCC?
Yes, so the board of ICF Germany said to me, okay, Christine, could you do the certification? And I said, what? I'm now coach for decades. I should do the certification. Yes, it would be great for as a role model. I was thinking, and it was at this time possible to go in directly with the MCC till end of February.
Yeah.
And then I started to do the process. But imagine, I did not do by myself a coaching education because there were not a coaching education. I did organization development and leadership psychology courses like this.
Yes, yes.
But not a coaching education. So I had really to document everything and many hours and brought in 4,500 coaching hours. So and did everything then. And then I get it in August.
Yes.
I get it. And I was really proud at this moment. I said, oh my gosh, I am the highest level of coaching. I'm a master coach now. And I think the journey to be a coach and to have some certification as a coach is really nice. So step by step, go and get it. This was my speed master.
Well, 30 years is not a speed one, if you know what I mean. I mean, you are doing great work already, as you said, right? So many hours, different ways of learning and exposure and psychology and all of that. Creating your own systems as well with symbols. And so you've done a lot of work, and yet you said yes to putting yourself through the rigor. It is also rigorous as a process, right? To get to MCC. It's not just the hours, it's also that recordings, and apart from the recording is also the shifts that a coach have to go through from a certain way of coaching that they may have been doing, and perhaps the level of mastery that they have to inculcate or evoke within themselves. So I am thinking right now, Christine, what was that difference maker for you, right? When you finally went and got the MCC and put it all together, especially going through the mentoring and as well getting the 2 recordings. What would be that growth areas for you, being already a coach for many years and then reaching to this place of achievement and transformation for yourself?
Yeah, that's a really nice question because I did those recordings and those are 45 minutes. I know myself, so I had only to coach. And then I have a mentor was Sylvia Richter-Kaub from Germany, and she's really brilliant. And she gave me so great feedback. And one sentence where you have to ask Christine, it was like, what would you need now if you would? So I asked my coachee, what would he now would like to reflect on to come to this goal now? And so, and I go, oh my God, this sentence is so complicated. I wrote it on a paper and put it in front of me and concentrate myself in the coaching and said, okay, this sentence, exactly this I have to ask also. So I drived myself to this, because for the MCC, you have to do everything in these 45 minutes.
Yes.
So don't miss something. And I learned it, and it was really nice to also to figure it out in very detailed. And I would suggest to everyone to go through a process like this and listen the tapes and everything. And yeah, it was really a great process and also learning. Yeah. Mhm.
Yes, and if there is someone out there right now getting their credentials, it could be a different credentials, could be at the level of ACC or PCC.
Yeah.
What would be your advice to them towards going for their credential?
I think it's really a personal journey. So
Sure.
for me, it was really every time important that I develop myself,
Yeah.
and how more I'm developed and conscious about, how better I can be a coach.
Yes.
And this is the key.
Yes.
And to go through a process is an add-on. It is not the goal. For me, it's the goal to be for myself, to grow. And with every age, so I have to learn now also a lot of things now.
Yeah.
So I think this is to grow and to spread it out naturally. This is the way.
Okay. So of course it's individual, and what you're saying, Christine, is that it's a conscious choice for themselves towards their growth, right? Because as they approach these milestones, if I may call it, there are different things that they would need to ask themselves what they like to let go of and what they like to invite in, right, into themselves, and so that it becomes a part and parcel of them as a coach rather than just their coaching as a process.
Yeah. And many people say, I don't like certifications, I don't need it. And I think it's not only about me, it's also about the coaching industry.
Yeah.
That we stand for quality.
Yeah.
Because it's coaching educations are everywhere. And also for me, it was important to certificate my educations. So that I go through the process. So that it's our choice to connect with quality and certifications. And I heard also that big companies, they outsource the quality management with this ACC, PCC, MCC. So when they need a coach, they know that ICF serves them with quality processes. And this is also to understand, yes, that the marketing is looking on certifications also.
Yeah. It is good. I have also, of course, heard that for actually quite a few years now. In Australia, we do that. In large companies, they do require that the coaches that are brought in are credential coaches from the ICF. And they even have a level of what these coaches can coach within the organization. So it's pretty structured, right? And then, Christine, there are companies, even in the NGO world. I'm talking to a couple of NGOs right now, and they are truly new to coaching. One is because maybe they did not have the resources to invest in their people and their development. And so now that they do, they are coming into coaching right now and wanting to know more about coaching. If a company comes to you wanting to, let's say, inculcate some sort of coaching in their culture, what would you share with them? I'm curious to know.
Yeah, so the employees, they learn a lot about business and about what they have to do and what not.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Learning is worldwide. They understand it's necessary.
Yeah.
But the lack of personal learnings, this is big, and it costs a lot of money and time for companies. So to invest in people is really a good investment, also to value them, to give them a gift. Because coaching is not only to be more successful or to serve more to the company, it's also the company serves to the employees when they help them. But I think also the companies will involve also artificial intelligence coaching tools. So also our industry is in a revolution. And I also developed artificial chatbot supported coaching, self-coaching.
Nice.
It takes 1 hour with one painting, also with animals. And I believe more and more artificial intelligence and personal coaching will connect. And so also in low price segments, people who not get coaching, they will get coaching. And I think we have more and more to be specialists. Like when I have some pain here, maybe I Google first and I Google a second time. But when it doesn't work, I go to the doctor. And this is the same with coaching. So let's be really famous, beautiful coaches that we serve for these special topics. And integrate also artificial intelligence, chatbots, and have a look about the quality, about confidentially and everything. So yeah, this is also, I think, future scenery who helps a lot to spread coaching worldwide.
Absolutely. I love how you tied both together with that need for that personal development of these leaders, right? Not just in the organizational sense, but also personally, as we, in the companies out there, they honor these wonderful talents. These talents will also honor back with their gifts, right, to the company and grow the company, right? So it's a win-win situation. And I agree with you on that entry point of where coaching can come in with technology and be able to help everyone actually. So everyone can actually get coached in some way or other. It's just a different stance. And what you say last about that preparing of yourself with your level of expertise and your learning and your growth so that you can also present yourself as that excellent coach in that particular area. I love that point. And I would love to dive into that because, you and I probably meet a lot of coaches out there too. And really finding that uniqueness is not an easy thing. What would you say to people trying to find their uniqueness?
Yeah, I think we have blind spots. So we need other people who mirror us. So it helps a lot. So I can explain my blind spot and be comfortable with them all the time. So I did a lot of therapy sessions. I have my coaches around me who I get coaching, and I work a lot on myself. So it was not easy to figure it out and to go this path, this also with stones and work on it, and also be really honest, mirror the shadow and bring light into this. This is the key. Yeah. What do you think? What is for?
Well, I think that's certainly one of them. I love the mirror, and I must say on this call that I love the cover of your book because I saw it the last time. Remember, I said, that's what I think coaches do, right? We hold up a mirror to our coaches, right? So they can see themselves differently, right? Than their own way, right? I think, Christine, that uniqueness can be found, yes, over time. It's not something that we immediately know when we graduate from coaching school, right? I didn't know actually. I was asking myself at that point of time, life coaching or something else. And I tried out life coaching and it didn't work for me, to be frank. And I went to executive coaching and I found that niche of helping those coaches that were transitioning, but they were finding it difficult to let their inner person, inner voice come out true to what they stood for, which is their values and beliefs and all of that. So I found that was an area that I was very fascinated also about myself, right? As I found out about myself, as you said, did the work on myself, I found that there are certain keywords like this word called brave, which I found that I wasn't actually brave enough to voice out certain things in organizations. I wasn't really brave as a leader when I thought about it post. And I realized that these are the things that I could bring into that coaching, into that space so that I help invite that brave from the others
Mhm.
out there,
Mhm.
because that
Mhm.
unique brave needs to come out. That voice needs to
Yeah.
come out.
It's really this what you do by yourself, for yourself, you're
That's right.
doing very well.
Thank you.
This is your strength for doing with others. And
Thank you.
then it's really authentic. Yeah. So I say
Yes.
I'm a deep diver in coaching. So with the same things, I dive
Ah,
into the
I
water,
love it.
deep to the ground, to the treasure. So I'm a diver, deep diver. And
Mm,
this is I do it with myself all the time.
yes.
So I'm searching all the time in the deepness, what happens. And that I'm very strong. So I'm a
Yeah.
dive guide. I also dive in real. So like to
Yeah.
dive in the sea. I like this feeling in the water. It's so
Wow.
different than outside, and it's
Yes.
also this intense, this slow down in the water and also
Yes.
slow down in the coaching. This is for me magic.
Yes.
I
Yes.
like it so
Yes.
much. And
I am now wanting to ask the difference between that. I know you do skiing and then there's diving. I'm finding out that you like diving too. So are there different aspects of these two passions of yours that is a part of you, to connect with that part of you and you as a coach?
mhm. Yeah, this is a good question. I did not think so that these high mountains. It's also a way of destiny, maybe, because I
Wow.
grew up here and my parents, they let us go skiing when I started with 2 years, when I was 2 years old skiing. So when I go to skiing, I feel these beautiful feelings from my childhood. Those
Yeah.
are also the same mountains. And this is also whatever makes us happy
Yeah.
and also move our body in one way. The
Yes.
body is also our treasure. So this is very, very important. When the body feels really nice, and whatever we do, and then I think it gives you some really, yeah, power
Mm.
of energy. And people who run every day 1 hour, I don't understand. I couldn't run every day 1 hour. Maybe I tried it sometimes, but some people, they are so excited about running.
Yeah.
So and
Yeah.
figure out what
Figure
helps
out.
you and gives you this energy. This is when I was younger, I went to power training with machines,
Yes.
but then 10 years ago, I started change to yoga. So I
Mm.
do yoga now because it wasn't, I felt for my age now it's too much.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit well. So also change with age and
Yeah.
be flexible. Yeah.
So beautiful. Thank you for sharing all of that. And whilst you were saying about that mountaintop experience and how you link it with your destiny, as you said, it's a part of you, right? That I'm sure that you would go beyond 1 hour of skiing. I'm sure. You talked about the 1 hour of running. You don't believe it, but you go out there more than an hour for skiing, I'm sure,
Yes.
or diving as well, right? Until the tank is almost empty and you check it like, time to go. Oh my gosh. But it's like what we love doing. And I can sense that love that you have. And, I can sense that because I love it too. We both love that space that we co-create with our clients. A
Also,
beautiful place.
but also be very conscious because
Yeah.
when we dive with our clients, they are
Mm,
not used to dive.
it's
So
true.
we stand at the land, really building trust, figure out what does it means, and connect with the speed and the needs of our coachee is very
Yeah,
important. So
that's
this I
true.
had to learn
Yeah,
also. It's not so easy to jump in to the deepness.
yeah,
Some some leaders, they are very afraid, but
yeah,
maybe they say, okay, this is a bad thing, but in behind this, they are afraid. So
yeah.
also skiing and all things. So to help people pick them up where they are and go those steps who they are able. and not too much and not too less. This is also something very nice in the nature, but also in the coaching process.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so true. I always ask this question as almost the closing of the session, Christine.
Mhm.
This is for new people coming in, right? The new coaches coming into, or even people wanting to take their first certification, right? What would be your thought for them that you have seen how coaching has perhaps changed people's lives? That means them becoming a coach themselves. So what are some of your thoughts on that journey?
I can observe that many people go into coaching business. And many times the reason is, oh, it's nice, I'm flexible, I can earn a lot of money, and I would like to be a coach now. I don't know what I should do else. So now I'm a little bit coach. And really, it could be that behind is really a passion for it. Or to be a coach is really, it needs a lot from my attitude and from everything. It's really a high level business.
Yeah.
And if I would like to do it and do it well, it has to be really an inner wish. I would like to be it. I am it inside and I grow in this way. So please ask first, is this really what you are for and what you would like to go for? When this is clear or it comes up, the way is easy, then we find our way. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, not just jump into it because it's a good retirement plan. And I've heard that too many times. I'm sure you have as well. It's like easy to make money, you know? Wow. Thank you for saying that. It is so true. Yeah, it brings me back to the day when I realized that this could be actually that inner call of my life at that point of time when I came in 2005. It's like a calling. So yeah, not everything has to happen that way immediately, but we have to connect with, as you say, that inner why, the inner purpose, and allow that to grow slowly and build up something for that person to come out from there.
Beautiful, yeah. It's really something also beyond words. It's you can feel it, and it's also to have a kind of love for the human being, to serve them.
Wow.
To be there for them.
Yes.
Yeah, with a huge level of presence and openness and not judging, be there. And if we like to do it, then it's really a big gift. And if we do it only for being flexible, free in my business or whatever, I think it's not enough. And it makes me also not really happy. And so success is also to be very happy about my life. This is also success, not only money.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Christine, for your gift to the world and for what you are sharing from you today on this call. I really appreciate your time today.
Oh, thank you, Mel. Thank you for your time and for your invitation. It was also for me very nice to speak with you and answer your questions. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You're most welcome. This has been the 100 Master Coaches show today with Christine, myself, Mel. Till the next time, take care. Continue to connect with yourself, go deep, and whether you're on the top of the mountain or diving in the deep, find yourself and allow yourself to come out. Take care for now. Bye.
Thank you.
You have been watching the 100 Master Coaches series with your host, Coach Mel, MCC. Brought to you by Catalyst Coach. www.catalystcoach.live We will be right back with our next Master Coach on the 100 Master Coaches series.